Perfect. And we are live. So thank you so much, guys, for just being patient for about 3 minutes. So we want to start, and I'll just urge everyone who has just joined the training just to introduce themselves, and also tell us where they're joining us from, and if they have any expectation for this training, also kindly let us know. So I'd really love to hear from you what you expect from this training, and also it will also help me to channel or also help me to just curate the training to suit your need. So for those of you who we've never met before, my name is Evans Rabare, and I will be the one leading the training. And with me on the chat box, you'll either interact with Noel Edessa, and you'll also interact with Joseph Ora, who will be joining shortly. So, so in today's session, we want to look at how to build a brand and sell online. How to build a brand and sell online. So when we talk about building a brand and sell online, we are talking about how do you position yourself so that you can also just you can also generate revenue by just being online. So we are also going to look at the various ways that you can just have an online presence, and how can these various platforms help you to create an awareness, and after creating an awareness, and also just generate revenue from them. So in this training, we're going to have pretty much three agendas that we're going to look at. We are going to understand the in-depth of various ways or various platforms that you can have an online presence with. We're also going to look at under establishing your brand online. We're going to look at the importance of having an online presence, platforms that you can use to have an online presence. So for us as a digital marketing company, there are various ways that we usually encourage SMEs to have an online presence. It could be through DSP, which is a website. Also, it could be through Google Ads, and also it could be through Google My Business. So let us know. So this training we're going to organize in partnership with uh, Africa 108 employee based here in Ethiopia. So kindly let us know other expectations that you are that you other expectations that you might have, so that it's just going to help me to look at areas to focus on. So in the second session, which is in the second agenda, we're going to look at how you know we look at how to develop an e-commerce offering. So here we're also going to look at some of the examples of e-commerce offering right here in Ethiopia that are doing well, and what are the things for you to develop an e-commerce. What are some of the things that you need to do, right from choosing your domain name all the way to making sure that that domain name is secure, and also just ensuring that that your platform is search engine friendly, and so much more. And then finally, we're going to look at how to utilize social media to drive sales. So remember, for our sales teams, they usually pitch to people about the importance of having a social media, how you can boost your post, and after boosting your post, the likelihood of you reaching so many people are so high, and also the chances of you reaching the target audience are also so high. So here we're going to look at the strategy of just using social media to drive sales. So I'm hoping that for the salespeople who have just joined, and even the developers that we have, so all these agendas are going to address your needs. So let me ask you this question. So how do you currently market your product? Is it through word of mouth, or is it through telesales? Is it through telesales or it through word of mouth or is it through social media? So just let me know, how do you currently market your product? So as you think about that, I'm also going to give you a few examples. For instance, you can advertise on Google. Also, you can use social media. Also, you can also use word of mouth. But if you have other means that you're using, kindly just write them on the chat box, and I'll spare a few minutes just to write them. So, just kindly confirm that it is audible. Kindly confirm, kindly confirm. All right. So as I've just mentioned, so I asked you a question, and how do you currently market your product? So as you think of that, let us look at the first agenda, which you said how to establish your brand online. And this also brings me to another question, which says, what benefits are brought to your business by going online? So what are some of the benefits that are brought by your business by going online? So here are some of the reasons why you need to go online. So it is estimated that 1.79 billion people shopped online last year. So when you want to shop online, the first place for you is usually go to the search engine to look for that product. Once you've gotten that product, it will redirect you to an e-commerce platform where you'll go and complete the shopping. So it is estimated that by the year 2019, we had 1.7 billion people who shopped online by last year, and we also had 97 of the people they learned about those business through online. So so it pretty much tells you that 97% of the people they learn about business online than anywhere else. The reason why it's because there you have increased use of internet, and so if you want to look for information, the first place that you go to is the internet for you to look for the information that you want. So if you want to buy a product, all you need to do is use the keywords and type it on the chat box, or type it on the search engine, and then it will give you the search results of what you're looking for. So, internet statistics from Tasista reveals that you had, I've just said 1.7 billion people that bought goods and services online. Also, we also have 97 of those people they learned about businesses through online. And it is estimated that in the year 2040, so in the 20 years to come, we'll have 90% of purchases will be through e-commerce website. The reason why this is the case, and this one is going to, in fact, yeah, the percentage might even increase if we'll still be having corona with us. So if the corona cases increases and countries goes into lockdown, then it means now, shopping where people goes to the shop and buy will really reduce, and we'll have deliveries, we'll have people doing shopping online. So that is why now we need to embrace the fact that people walking around the market to do shopping is slowly changing. So if for instance you want to buy a shirt, or if you want to buy some electronics, you could walk from one shop to another, comparing prices, comparing quality, and then later on you'll make a decision. But that is going to change because through various e-commerce platforms, you'll be able to compare quality. You'll be able to read the description of that product. You'll also be able to compare the prices of those products from your laptop or from your phone, and then from there now you'll be making a decision. So let's look at how businesses usually use internet. How businesses usually use internet. So one of it is they usually use internet to sell, and I've just mentioned how through e-commerce you could use e-commerce to sell your product. So one of the basic uses of internet for business is to sell products and services. And you could sell rent. You could sell pretty much anything, ranging from groceries. You could also sell services. You could also sell electronics. You could also sell, so in any sector that you are, you could sell all those, so long as you have an e-commerce platform where people are able to survey your products and then makes that decision. So business create e-commerce website to sell anything from your cell phone all the way to the compact disc. So online selling or doing shopping online eliminates the need for a business to maintain a physical shop. So a business can also use internet to buy items and services online. So if you're in a business and you've run out of stock and you need to buy stock, you could use internet to buy you buy product from your supplier. You can also use internet to reach customers. So business owners use internet to monitor customer purchasing trends and interests. So when you're talking about purchasing trends, so through Google Analytics, there is the part for the insights. On the insights, Google Analytics will be able to tell you that this customer, this is his habit. He likes to look for fancy cars. She likes to browse modern or trendy clothes, and from there now you'll be able to know the habit of your customers and even their purchasing trends. So you can discover what everyday people think about a particular product or services, business owners, and this is very important for even the salespeople. So you need to know that right now, we have more and more people or more and more businesses that they don't have an online presence. For you as a salesperson, you're supposed to identify, okay, that this business is lacking a website. How do I approach them so that I can ask them, or I can maybe pitch about the benefit of the website, and and then later on they will see the need, and then they might also ask you to continue with the conversation. Or if they don't want a website, you can tell them, if you don't have a website, we can also create a Google My Business listing for you, and through that way also you'll be able to people who was actively searching for your product online will be able to see you. So business owners use internet to monitor customer purchasing trend, which I've just said. So you can also take feedback, and feedback can help business owners to better their product. So a business owner can also use internet to connect and communicate with customers through the same website. So what internet has done, which is pretty awesome, is to give you more than one ways of communicating with your clients. So there is the part where you can message people directly. You can also call, through the various products such as Zoom, Meet, Skype, and you can also, just interact them through the reviews. So you can also use internet to advertise. So business can also use internet to find new customers through online advertising. So this is through Google Ads. So and how this one is done is through offering text and banner ads. So it could be search ads, or it could be through display ads. And later on we're going to look at what is the difference between search ads and display ads. So what such ads does, it matches the ads with the search queries that the internet users have used. But for display ads, it appears across multiple platforms. You can see it on blogs, you could see it on Facebook, and also on various websites. So on when you advertise, there is pay per click advertisement. So you only pay when there is an action taken on your ad. So if there is an action of clicks, or if it is shares, or if it is calls. So pay per click advertisements are distributed on internet search engines and websites. So it's allowing business owners to reach potential customers using such terms related to their business. So one of the things that is making advertising awesome through all Google Ads, or advertising on the internet awesome, is the fact that you are reaching the potential customers. And how do you know that these people are potential customers? It is through the market research that you did about the interest and maybe their purchasing history. So you're able to know that these are people who are potentially interested in your product. So as a business, you only pay for click, and then costs are pretty much lower. So the affordability and the reach of some of the internet advertising puts the smallest business owners in a position to compete with the larger business. So that is how internet has become like a level playing field for big companies as well as small companies to compete for the same market. Also, as a business, you can use internet to research your competition. So an internet search on, no, you can do an internet search on a competing company. For instance, if you want to do an internet search on a company that is pretty much offering a similar service as maybe Afghan or Ethio Telecom, when you're doing your when you're doing your research, you need to have an items that you're looking for. You need to look at how is their online presence, how are they getting customers, what is their digital marketing channels. From there, now you'll be able to know so much more about that company. And if you realize that they're doing well than you, then you can use those tips to reorganize and rearrange so that you can also remain competitive. So, I've just mentioned 5 ways that you can use the internet, but as a business owner or as a business, there are more than 5 ways that you can use to you can use internet with. So apart from the 5 that I've just mentioned, maybe there are others that there are other ways that you've been able to use internet to help your business grow. So remember we talked about having an online presence. So we want to look at one of the ways of having an online presence, and one of them is through Google My Business, or it's through Google Sites. So in this digital age, the reason why we are saying in this digital age is because right now we have even students in grade 5, grade 6 having mobile phones. They are playing games on their mobile phones. They're browsing using their mobile phones. They're chatting with their friends using mobile phones. This was not the case so many years back. So we are in the digital age. So in this digital age, it is absolutely essential for your business to have an online presence. So whether it is a website, or an e-commerce platform, or a social media page, or all this, your company will benefit from just having an online presence. So if you don't have an online presence, you could be losing out on the opportunity of increasing your customer base and getting the out there, getting the word out there about your business. So you could be losing on customers, and also you could also be, affecting the brand awareness. So remember, brand awareness is very important, because through brand awareness, people will be able to pretty much learn more about your business, and also you'll also be having loyal customers, having a community of loyal customers. So let us look at the different ways or the different types of platforms that are available, that as a business you can have an online presence with. So we have websites. So website, you could do it yourself, or you could employ a professional to do it. In most cases, most companies that have budgets, they usually employ professionals to do their website. And when I talk about website, we're talking about either static website or a dynamic website. And you need to know what are the benefit of a static website and what are the benefit of a dynamic website. And you need to compare these two so that when you are talking to the client, you know specifically what we have under static, and also we know you statically know what we have under dynamic website. So, and later on, you're going to look at platforms that you can use to develop your own website. Such as Wix. We're going to look at Wix. We're going to look at Google My Business as a platform that can also generate, can also you can also develop a website from, and we also have Google Sites. So another way of having an online presence is through social media platforms. So you notice that we have a lot of people in social media. The reason why we have more and more people in the social media is because social media is very, very engaging and very, very interactive. It's very, very interactive platforms, and it is accessible to almost all the age brackets, the young, the old, and even the youth. So when you're talking about social media, we're talking about Facebook is under that category, and right now we find, and right now we have, right now we have, right now we have, right now we have, so right now we have other social media coming up. So when you're talking about Facebook used to be very popular, but now we have others such as TikTok coming up. We have Instagram also being widely used, Telegram also being widely used. So these platforms are very, very interactive, very, very interactive. And we have more and more people joining and having an account with them. We also have an online directory. So an online list of catalogs. So when I talk about an online directory, we're talking about a static online list of or a catalog of contacts of websites. So when you talk about online, when you talk about directories, for instance, let me pause and see if I can choose. So let me stop sharing my screen and see if I can look at one of the online directories. So here we have two Mercado. So two Mercado is one of the online directories that we're talking about, and we have. Let me see. Okay. So we have two Mercato as an online directory. So if you look at this online directory, you're able to see that it has different categories. So here is the home, and then they also have business news, and then they have the business directory. And under business directory, you can see different categories. We have agents in Ethiopia, banks and insurance. We have Ethiopian importers. We have hotels and restaurants. We have constructions and engineering. So all these are categories. So when you want to list your business here, all you need to do is to register. You see this? You register. So you can register. It's taking a while to load. So you can register, and in registering, it will ask you your name. So username. So this username is the one that you'll be using to log in. And also the password, and you can confirm the password. You can also leave the email address. After that, you can put your phone number, which is also optional, which is optional, and then you register. So once you've registered, now you can start, listing your business here, and you can also see that here, some people are advertising using this online this directory. Like we have the Dream House, we have also dedicated excellent service. You also have a lot. So this is one of the online directory here in Ethiopia. But let us look at one of the online directory that is being used in Africa. So it's called Africa Business Directory. So Africa Business Directory is also another online directory that you could use just to list your business here. So even though it's static, but at least you're having an online presence, and you're able to even indicate where your business is, the country where you're based in, the sector that where your business are, the phone number that people could easily reach you. Okay, so this is online directory. This is online directory. Perfect. So if you look at this online directory and you compare it with Mercato, they're similar because you can see we have the categories. If you look at here, so here you can see that we have various chapters. So from Algeria all the way to Zimbabwe. So let us look at Africa Business Ethiopia chapter. So let us look at the Ethiopia chapter. Okay, and let us see what some of the business that have been listed. And also, we also have business leads. So business leads. So if you are a supplier and you want your business and you want to list your business here, you can say I'm a buyer or a supplier. So if you want to buy from here, you can say I'm a buyer. But if you're a supplier and you want to list it here, you have to indicate that you are a supplier. So let's look at some of the businesses that have been listed that are coming from Ethiopia. Let's give it a few minutes. Let's give it a few minutes. Let's give it a few minutes. It's taking some time to load. It could be my internet, or it could be that the speed is it's very low. So let's be a little bit patient and see how some of the business. So you could also check out Yellow Pages. Yellow Pages is also one of the ah, it's weird. Okay. So Yellow Pages is also one of the business directory, and also so you see this. So this is a business, Ethiopia business directory, and they're telling you for you to get this directory, you can download it at 350 USD. So let me try download it for free and see what it's going to tell me. It will probably So they've linked it to PayPal account. So they'll ask me. So if I want to use my PayPal and download this, so if I'm a business and I need this directory, I can use PayPal, and they'll deduct this 350 from my account, and I'll be able to download this directory. So having said that, let's go back to our slide, and we were looking at some of the various ways that you can have an online presence, and we've looked at 4 platforms, and I've just demonstrated how online directories are very, very important as well, even though they might not really meet all you need as a business. But if you don't have a budget, you can start from there, right? So so after that, now we can look at. So having looked at online directory, and I've also mentioned, so when you're talking about e-commerce, is a platform which allows you to sell your products and services. So if we leave Jumia, if you leave Amazon, we also have local e-commerce platforms here. The closest one is Hello Market. We also have 251 store. We also have Addis. So there's one called Addis Bear online shopping. So we have various online platforms that are available. The difference is some are popular, some are not. The difference are some have been integrated with some payment platforms. Others have just been integrated with the local payment platform. So we are going to look at, so for instance, if you take Hello Market, so Hello Market, so as it stands right now, they have not integrated with any online payment platform. Where if I'm in Europe and I want to buy a product from Hello Market, I can click on a product and submit my payment, and they deliver that product. So let us look at the impact of the impact of the e-commerce platform. So 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 if you're not convinced that having an online presence is going to benefit your business, we have a statistics here that is hopefully going to make you think otherwise. So we have 400 million internet users in Africa. I think China, uh, China are are above us, and we have and out of this, Africa makes up 10% of the global retail sales with an estimated value of 75 billion US dollars by the year 2025. And also, Africa generated 16.5 billion from e-commerce way back in 2017. So that is like 4 years ago. So if we could have a new statistics, it means this amount is going to shoot up. So a lot has changed since 2017, and we are having, more and more people embracing e-commerce shopping, and the number has definitely increased. So here are some of the examples of e-commerce website that we have. I'm sure you guys have used or might have heard about Amazon. So what Amazon does, so it allows individuals and business. So remember, individuals and business to sell and display products for sale. So you can buy product from Amazon, or if you're a supplier, you can also create an account with Amazon and also display your products so that people can buy from you. So if somebody buy a product from you, so there is some small commission or some small percentage that goes to Amazon, and it's similar to all other platforms. So if you decide to use Konga, which is one of the Nigeria's leading e-commerce platform, which offers large range of products that can be found on one platform. So if you decide to use Konga, you can also buy products from there, or you can also sell from there. But there is that small percentage that usually goes to the developers, the owners of Konga. So that is how they generate revenue from there. So let us also look at Jumia, which is another e-commerce platform. So Jumia also allows customers to buy a variety of products, and a variety of products, groceries included, and it also offers bill paying, food delivery, and mobile data plan. How cool is that? So right now, if you want, if you've run out of data or data plan, you just go to Jumia and buy from there. So, e-commerce platforms allows online business to manage their website, marketing, sales, and all the operations in place. So, e-commerce platforms are the backbone of any online retail enterprise. It also allows front end and back end work to work together. So e-commerce platforms helps to bridge, business to business, and also it also helps to bridge business to customers exchanges. So we have B2B and we also have B2C exchanges, right? So let us look at more platforms, more e-commerce platforms. So we have Kilimall. So this one is a Kenyan platform that connects merchants and consumers. We also have Bid or Buy. So Bid or Buy is also an online marketplace offering a convenient way, for people to buy and sell virtually. So what is common about e-commerce platform is the fact that all of them you can buy and sell from those products, but some are popular, some are global, some are local. So like we just seen that Nigeria has their own popular e-commerce platform. South Africa also has their one that is also popular. Ethiopia also has one that is also popular as well. So remember we talked about online directories, and I mentioned some of them. So here I just want us to look at how you can create, how you can get listed on an online directory. So you can get listed on an online directory. First, you need to ensure that you register your business details, what your business does, and even the sectors. You also ensure that you indicate the country or the region that your business is based in. Also, you need to indicate the business sector and also just add the personal details to that account. Remember when we looked at the two Mercato, I clicked on register, and it was prompting me to fill some details, and these are the details that we are having here. Now, we also talked about using social media as one of the ways that you can have an online presence, and let us look at how you can get started or how you can get your business on a social media. So with the right marketing plan, you can use social media platforms, the ones that have been listed here: YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, to create a successful campaign and increase sales, brand recognition, and customer service. So when you talk about increase sales, brand recognition, and customer service, this is not here we're talking about business objectives or business goals. So for you to get set up on a social media account, you need to sign up. So signing up, you will be asked to put the business name, the phone number, you'll be asked to put, the categories. Once you've done that now, you will have to add pictures. Why pictures? Is because the pictures sometimes usually speaks louder than word, because you'll be required to put your logo. You'll also be required to add cover pages, and also you'll also be required to add pictures highlighting the products that offering. You also required to add, also create a username. And finally, you can also add a business detail. So what I've noticed is when you're signing up, the process is pretty much similar across YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and even on Twitter. So so now, do we have any question? Let me pause and see if we have a question up to this point. Do we have a question up to this point? So, Sophonius, do you have a question? Sigereda, do you have a question? So thank you so much. So let me just give a shout out before I ask for a question. So I can see Sigereda is joining from Addis Ababa. GetNet is also part of the training. Thank you so much, GetNet. We also have Adisu joining from Addis Ababa. We also have Sigereda is saying time and energy saving. Thank you so much for that, a wonderful suggestion. We also have Camille Aragao saying, so he's also joining from Addis Ababa. We also have, Sophonias joining from Addis Ababa. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. So if you don't have any question, let me move to the second agenda, where we're going to look at developing your e-commerce offering. And the first step is picking up a domain name. So what do you mean when you talk about a domain name? So a domain name is the name of a website, which is or it is what customers will use to find you. Africa 108 is the domain name. Ethio Telecom is the domain name. Commercial Bank of Ethiopia, that is now the domain name. So remember, let's not confuse the domain name with the URL. So when you leave alone the www.ethiotelecom, that will make it a URL. But the domain name is just the name of the website. What customers will type into the search engine to find you. So when you buy a domain name, you purchase the name of the site. So there are very many sites you can register to get a domain name. In Ethiopia, locally, there is also, there is also service providers. Globally, we also have Africa domain. We also have Google domain. Just a few providers. So domain name can be letters. It can be numbers. It can be combination. So you don't restrict it to be just numbers only. It can be numbers only, or it can be letters. It can be combination of letters and numbers. But at the end of it, you have to ensure that it has an extension such as .com, which is popular, or it has an extension that is .et or .net or .io, or .org. So those extensions are very important, because if you are an NGO, you are an organization. So chances are you need to choose .org. If you're a business that is based in Ethiopia, if you choose .com, it's okay. But you can also choose .et. Also, you can also choose .ke domains. If you are, if you are a business, you're in commercial, you can also use .net. So, and one thing that you need to remember is domain names are usually unique. So you cannot have two businesses sharing one domain name. That can never happen. So domain name are usually unique. So after picking domain name, you need to ensure that the domain name is secure. The SSL has been incorporated. So the good news is these service providers, GoDaddy, Domain King, and Bluehost, they usually provide the secure layer socket, which provides the security, ensuring that when you have an e-commerce website, it is secure. The reason why security is important is because the encryption the encryption protects the data so that if somebody enters his credit card details on your e-commerce, chances are nobody will hack and intercept that data. So security is very, very important. So if you go to GoDaddy, if you go to Domain King, which is a leading company in Nigeria, or Bluehost, they will also provide you with the SSL certificate that you can add just to ensure that your website is secure. So, so after ensuring that you secure your domain name, you can decide to build your own website. Build it yourself. And if you want to build it yourself, there are platforms, Wix and Google Sites that will help you to come up with a template, and this template. So what you just need to ensure that you choose a template that is in that category, and then after choosing that template, all you need to do is to change a few things. So with the website builders, which is so website builders, an example is Wix, and also another example is also Google Sites. So it is easy to create your own website with little effort. So with platforms such as Wix and Google Sites, you can design a website in 1 hour or in 30 minutes, so long as you have the content ready, you've chosen the right template, and you can put it together, link it to the domain, and you'll be live in a few minutes. So that is if you're doing it yourself. So let us look at through these website builders. Let us look at how you can utilize the templates that they usually provide. So with the template, so templates are a big part of what makes developing website pretty much easier. So you can ask the developers, how Camilio is making them, develop websites within a short period of time. So templates are a big part of what makes website builders easier to use. So with the template, or with the right template, you get all the basic structure and the design. So the template gives you the structure and the design. All you need to do is to feed in the right information and the pictures. All right. So after that, now you upload your content. Uploading your content. So you need to figure out what pages your website needs. Each page of your website needs to have original content. The reason why original content is because you want to try as much as possible not to have problems with people accusing you of using the images. And you need to ensure that you communicate your products and what your brand is all about through the pictures. So if you look at the Juma art tours, when you look at the pictures, you'll know what kind of business they are in. If you look at Miveli Designs, you'll know that these guys are selling, local or ancient type of clothing. So let us look at the best practices of creating your website. Best practices. So as much as it's simple or it's easier to create a website, you need to learn a few things. Because remember, right now we are having billions or millions of websites being built. Chances are, when we have so many websites, chances are you'll be missing when somebody search for your business online. So let us look at the best practices. So one, you need to put yourself in the audience shoes. You need to prioritize your audience. So you need to make a website that will resonate with your audience, but not yourself. you need to make sure that you frame it in a way that focuses on how do you help solve their problems or make their lives better. So, for instance, if you want to build an e-commerce website, you must have done a research, and from that research, you must have known that the existing e-commerce websites are not doing one, two, three, and four. Therefore, there's a problem. So when you're coming up with an e-commerce, you come up with an e-commerce that is going to solve the problems that you've identified with the ones that you've identified the problem with the e-commerce websites that are existing. For instance, if you realize that the e-commerce website that you have right now are not providing international payment or are not integrated with PayPal, what you need to do is you integrate your e-commerce with PayPal so that you have people receiving money from outside, and you also have people from locally able to send money, able to buy products from outside, and they can also send money. So you need to ensure that you prioritize your audience and ensure that you frame your website in a way that will solve their problem. Also, you have to search your competitors. You need to find out your unique positioning. Take a little time to research other websites doing similar things or similar yours. Now, think what make your business different from theirs so that you can position yourself better. You can also learn search engine optimization basics. So for static website, you'll be forced to do it. But for WordPress, we have plugins such as we also have search engine optimization plugins. You also have various plugins that can help you just to improve the user experience when they're using your website. So speaking of plugins, let's see how you can go above and beyond using the e-commerce plugins such as promotions and discount code tools. So if you have promotions on some of the products that you have on your e-commerce platform, you can use this plugin to highlight that. You can also use easy to check out. So normally with most e-commerce, uh, chances are when you have an e-commerce and people are not checking out, it means that there could be a problem with the checkout, or checkout is complex. So you can use easy to check out use it to check out plugin so that you have more and more people checking out and you're generating revenue. You can also use search engine optimization plugin, as I've just mentioned, similar to email marketing integration, and also multiple payment options. For instance, in your e-commerce, you can say, okay, you incorporate Abyssinia payment gateway, Dashen payment gateway, commercial payment gateway, and even PayPal, so that if somebody has an account with Dashen, is able also to pay. If somebody has an account with Abyssinia, is also able to pay. So multiple payment options is very, very crucial if you're expecting payment from different areas. So where do you get these plugins? WooCommerce, Easy Digital Downloads, and WP e-commerce. So remember we talked about just having your building your own website. So whatever you do, you need to have in mind that more and more people are owning mobile phones, and chances are they'll be using their mobile phone to access your internet. And this is, we have statistics to support this. So we have 2.4 billion people will be shopping worldwide by this year. 2.4 billion people. And we have 21 million across South Africa, Nigeria, and Kenya as we speak now. Also, we have 50% of consumers shop more on mobile than in store. So you have to ensure that your website is mobile friendly. It loads very fast. If somebody checks through the mobile, there is no information that is cut. The design is well, and it loads very fast. That is very important. You ensure that your website or your e-commerce is mobile friendly. Mobile friendly incorporates three or more items. It loads very fast. When somebody checks on it through the mobile, it fits the mobile. Not that some information will be missing. The design is, it's kind of weird. You have to ensure that that is also incorporated. So these are the ways that you can check if your site is mobile friendly. You can use test my site to check the speed, right? So normally it will give you speed, and it can give you the speed on the mobile, and also it can give you the desktop version of the speed. Also, you can compare. So if you realize that it's very slow on the mobile but very fast on the desktop, then you need to do a few. You need to adjust a few things on your mobile version. Do you have a question? Do you have a question? So I can see. So now we're just telling people that we have Iagara, we have Yahoo Cloud, Technobro, Gojo Host, Cloud Ethiopia. So those are the those are um, those are other domain host service providers. All right. So let's look at the final agenda, which is not the final agenda. So we want to look at how to use social media to drive sales. And this brings me to the question: how can social media benefit your business? How can social media benefit your business? Social media can benefit your business. It can help you generate sales, reach new audience. You can also create opportunities. You can also add value to your brand through social media, improve your marketing, build your business relationships, and you can also stay competitive. So when you talk about building networks, it could be business to business or building your own loyal communities. You can also improve your marketing by targeting the right or specific customers. And how do you set up a social media strategy? First, you need to, so we have the audience, business goals, social platforms, tone of voice, and success. So we are going to look at this, one by one. When you talk about audience, what do we mean? We are talking about our clients. So where are our clients? Who are these clients that you're talking about? Who are they? Are they male or female? What are they interested in? What is their habit? What is informing their decision to buy? What really impresses them? When are they usually online? What time of the day they usually most online? Is it in the morning or is it in the afternoon? Which social media do they usually use? Is it Facebook, Instagram, or is it any other, or is it Telegram? When you talk about business goals, we are talking about, an example could be, give better customer service, grow brand awareness, generate more sales, or put more people on your website, or redirect traffic to your website. So you need to define your goals, whether you want to grow your brand as your goal, or you want to generate sales. That could be your goal. After that, now you need to pick a platform. And what are some of the things that can inform your decision to pick a platform? Some of the platforms are business focused, some are the lifestyle focused, and and these platforms they usually use different channels and they need different strategies. So the strategy that you use for YouTube is not similar to the one that you use for Facebook. Why? Because YouTube is a video streaming platform, so it's very very heavy on videos. The platform you use on Twitter, because Twitter is majorly for PR, is different from how you'd approach it on on Instagram, for instance. So also you need to check, the brand, the brand social tone. So when you talk about the brand social tone, it applies to creating any piece of content and communicating with the audience online. So tone reflects your brand personality. Also, it also helps you connect with the audience and it also makes you different from the rest. So you need to consider the use of logo, fonts and colors, tone and voice, do's and don'ts, and even the style of images. Now you need to check how is your marketing effort doing, defining your success. Is your success on the number of shares or the number of views or the number of clicks or the calls you're getting? You need to define that. So growth in sales and traffic could be your success. Improvement in customer service, calls answered, or star ratings could be a success. Increase in brand awareness and reach could also be success. So you need to define what is success to you. Is it cost? Is it revenue generated, or is it increase in brand awareness? So, which social media platforms does your business use? Is it Twitter? If it is Twitter, Twitter is good for quick fire conversations and is also good for peer tools. And also, but is it Facebook? So Facebook help customers find you and see what your business is all about. So you can add a link to your website, you can add opening hours, you can also add contact details, you can also even change call to action button, and you can also say shop now, contact us now, or buy now. And you can also use videos to generate interest and shares. So remember, for Facebook, the more people share it, it's it signals you, or it tells you that people have an interest in it. If people likes it, people have an interest in it. If people comment on it, it's invoking some feeling in some way. So people has an interest in that. Is it Instagram? If it is Instagram, as you know, Instagram is just a place to share photos and short videos of anything from just from products to your daily life. And you can also use caption to tell a story. But Instagram is not very heavy on hashtag, as opposed to Twitter. And you can also follow influencers, brands, and you can also follow people that you are interested in. If you're using LinkedIn, which is great for recruitment, and it also helps in building professional networks or connecting with peers. So peers, for instance, your co-workers, guys that you're having similar thoughts with, or you're in the same business with them. And you can also encourage employees to become brand advocates, and you can also share news and even thought leadership content. So, we have a question. If we don't, what would be your next step? Kindly just talk about this training, and you talk about this training, share in Grow with Google Pages. Just say that you attended a training, and the training was about build your brand and sell online, and we discussed a lot, including the importance of embracing e-commerce. We talked about various ways you can have an online presence. You talk about how you can set up your social media strategy, where we looked at the audience, we looked at the business goals, we looked at what you need to consider when you're choosing different social media channels. And we also looked at how to define success. Is it on the revenues that you've created? Is it on the increase on brand awareness? Or is it on we've learned about so many things. So, having looked at that now, follow us also on social media. I'm sure the now has also shared the links with you. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and also follow us on Instagram. We also on LinkedIn, and so you can also do that. And having said that, so this is the point where I will pause and just give a shout out to the guys who are part of the training, just to say that thank you so much for having been with me for the past 1 hour, and we've learned a lot, and we hope that what we've learned, we are going to incorporate this in our business, and also just ensure that we appreciate the need, the importance of having an online presence, and even the various ways that are at our disposal that we can use to just have an online presence. And one that is pretty much easy to set up is your social media. So you can decide to have a Facebook page, or LinkedIn, on Twitter. You can also decide to list your business in one of the online directories that we've just discussed. You can try Mercato, you can go to Yellow Pages, you can try Africa Business. Yes, so mine is to say thank you so much, guys. Not forgetting the whole was my moderator, and he has done a brilliant job just to try to answer all your questions Also just to say thank you to Camille for joining. Also to say thank you to GetNet for always being available and joining, and also just to say thank you to Sophonias who joined. And at this point, let me say thank you very much. I'm second to you all, and shall see you in our subsequent trainings, which will be on Monday. Thank you so much.